Once your dog is feeling comfortable going all the way into the crate, still give them a treat and ask them to go in. So crate Leon, good crate Leon, and close the door very calmly. Sit on the ground just outside of the crate. Don't look at them, don't talk to them. Sit kind of sideways so that they can see your facial expression. Do a lot of yawning, that's going to be comforting for them. And if they bark or whine or paw on the side of the crate, make sure that you immediately flip the rest of the sheet over the front, right? So you have the top, the sides, and the back covered, and enough of the sheet to pull all the way over the front, so now they can't see you. Wait until they're quiet or calm for about 20 seconds, and then flip the sheet back up again. Their reward is that they can now see you again. This is going to help them feel more comfortable in the crate because you're right beside them, you're making it easy for them to get it right, and you only want to practice in the beginning for maybe 2 or 3 minutes at a time. Just sit on the ground with them, maybe you're reading a book or watching one of your favorite shows, and have them in there for a few minutes. If they react at all, pull the sheet down, wait until they're calm for 20 seconds, flip the sheet back up again. Don't look at them or talk to them as you do this. And then when he's feeling a bit more curious, then you can start asking him to go into the crate, right? Crate, Leon. Oh, not going all the way in it yet. Good, crate, Leon. Crate, Leon. Good, crate, Leon. Now I'm going to close the door, and I'm just going to sit on the ground in front of the crate so that he can see me. It's important that the top, the back, and the sides of the crate are covered so that he can't see out anywhere but the front. And I'm sitting on the ground so that he can see my facial expression. I'm not looking at him, I'm not talking to him, because if I try to comfort him, that means that something's wrong, so I can always yawn to let him know that everything's okay. And I know that you said, Tony, sometimes he will paw on the crate, so if he does that, that was right on cue. Then you just pull the rest of the sheet down to cover the front. So his consequence for pawing is, now you don't get to see me at all, right? So it's like having a little time out, but you only do it for 30 seconds and now he's whining, right? As soon as he stops whining, there we go. Now I lift this back up, and his reward is being able to see me again, right? So if he starts pawing or whining, you pull the sheet down so that he can't see you anymore. And if he starts whining after the sheet is down or pawing, you wait until he stops for about 20, 30 seconds, and then you flip the sheet up again, right? And he didn't do anything that time. He's already doing so much better. So you have to make sure that when you're draping the sheet around the crate, that the sheet is all the way down to the ground on all sides so that he can't peek out from underneath. Ooh. And it would be too far away for him right now if I say sat on the couch. That's a little bit too far. And I would only start with having him in here for just a few minutes in the beginning. And he's already a lot more comfortable. Ooh. He's doing really well. I'm so proud of him. So he went from pawing on the crate and whining to going, oh, okay, maybe it's not that bad. And this is something that you could practice easily while you're sitting here reading a book or watching TV. Just practicing just for a little bit of time, maybe 3 minutes to start with, and slowly building up to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and increasing the time as he gets more comfortable. You notice the whine wasn't as long this time. He stopped a lot quicker. You can always have like a nylabone or something in there for him to chew on, because chewing helps relieve anxiety too, right? Ooh. I would make sure that you don't have something like a rope toy in there with him, because sometimes with rope toys they will pull out the pieces of string and then they get ingested and you end up making a trip to the vets to get it removed. So I would only have him in the crate with toys that you know he's not going to destroy and are really safe for him. So probably no stuffed toys with squeakers in, no rope toys. Some dogs will carry a toy around for forever. Other dogs will de-stuff a toy in 2 seconds, or they'll slowly pull limbs off and get the squeaker out and try to eat it. So just make sure that, because he's in there and the goal is that he can be in there and you're out of the room, that he's only in there with toys that are safe for him. Ooh. It's doing really good. Yeah. And that's him processing. So when he's in the crate, you're also looking for those calming signals, the yawning, sighing, licking his lips, stretching, the shoulder shake. Those are all signs that he's changing his mind, feeling more comfortable. And we're gonna let him out now. We always wanna end it on a good note, right? So it could be a few days that you practice this before you increase the time. It might be a few weeks. It just depends on the dog. And I'm not gonna make a big deal about it when he comes out, because the more excited you are, the bigger deal you make about it, right? It's going to be harder for him to go into the crate. And look, now he's seeming a little curious about the crate. Oh, he's doing great.
Yes. So do not treat him when he comes out.
Don't treat him when he comes out. Yeah, you just treat him when he goes in.
Okay.
Yeah. And you slowly move the treat further and further back. So you say, crate, Ant-Man. He walks in and he grabs it. Good crate, Ant-Man, as he goes in.
Okay. When he
So he's
goes
getting
all the way in, or even when he just puts his head in?
Even when he just puts his head in, because he's having enough courage to say, oh, I'm a little bit nervous, but I have enough courage to stick my head in, and you're rewarding him for going in. And you never want to push him to go into the crate. You wait until he goes in on his own, and then you shut the door, right?
Okay. And as far as use of the crate, when do we crate him? When in the house for house use?
Yeah, a good time to crate him is at nighttime. If he, some people will say, my dog sleeps on the bed with me, and that's totally fine if you want to do that. Other people prefer their dog to be in a crate, especially puppies. It can be a lot easier to do potty training at night, because you put them in the crate, there's nothing to see, there aren't as many distractions, it's easier for them to go to sleep, especially if you're covering over the top, the back, and the sides. You can just leave one side open, so you can put your hand down there as comfort if he starts to whine or something, just to let him know that you're there. So at nighttime I would crate him. Another time that's good to crate him is when he needs to go down for a nap. You can always pop him in the crate once he's crate trained. And some people will, if they know they're not going to be gone for too long, maybe you're going to run to the store, you're going to be gone for a couple of hours. There's nothing wrong with having him in the crate while you're gone, right? Because he's just going to be sleeping. The more access that he has to the house, the more responsibility that he has, right? Because then he says, oh, well, gosh, no one else is here, and I just heard something outside, so I've got to check the back door, I have to check the front door, oh, I just saw something out there, and you're not here to deal with it. So if he's in your bedroom in a crate or in an X-pen, nothing to see, nothing to worry about, right? And I would recommend having the TV on or some music on. You never want to have the sports channel on, or anything that's gonna, the Animal Planet, right? Some people will say, oh, I leave the Animal Planet on for my dog, and that can be stressful because they're hearing all these noises and dogs barking, and so it's better if you have smooth jazz or something on, right?
So not Dr. Laura?
Probably not. Do you have any other questions about crate training?
No, that's good. That was very informative.
But the same thing with
Right.
pawing, if he starts biting at the door too, be the same
That
treatment.
would be the same thing. Yeah, if he's barking, if he's whining, if he's kind of chewing on the side, that's all a sign that he's feeling anxious. And you know, the reason that he's anxious is that he's not physically with you, right? He's seeing you, but he's not with you. He can't really get to you. And that's a sign of separation anxiety, right? So you're letting him know, honey, as soon as you're calm, then you can see me again. You can spend time with me, right? Which is why you lift the sheet up, and he'll slowly learn, oh, well, I guess I don't have to be able to follow you everywhere. I don't need to be with you all the time. I can just relax in here. This is my safe place. A lot of times dogs that have been traumatized in the past and are looking for a safe place, this is like a cozy little den. This is not like a jail cell for him, right? Okay. And it should be his safe place that you can take with you. Let's say you travel and you staying at a house on the coast, and you want to make sure that he doesn't get into any mischief while you're gone, right? At nighttime, you crate him, and he says, "Oh, this is like my portable bedroom that wherever I go, you always take it so that I can feel safe and comfortable."
And then if we say we went to the grocery store and we're gonna leave him in here for an hour or something, do not cover it all the way. Still leave the front door open so we can see right.
I would leave the front open. I mean, it won't really matter because you won't be here. But I wouldn't leave him in it for any length of, oh, he can open that by himself. He's so cute. I wouldn't leave him in it until he's completely comfortable being in the crate, right? So first you want to practice helping him feel safe and comfortable in the crate and doing all of this until you know, oh, he can hang out in the crate. And he's totally fine. He never whines, he never paws at it, he doesn't try to chew on the door, right? And then you would increase the time that he's in, and you can always have him in the crate when you're home, and that way you can kind of have an ear out and just check and see if he's whining or something, and slowly build up to having him in the crate while you're gone.
It really makes sense because he will be sound asleep, and if we move to another room, he'll open his eyes and follow us.
Okay.
So maybe we need to work on napping him in his crib, like getting him in there every day.
Then he'll be able to just relax, just like a child gets fussy and you put them down in their crib and they go to sleep. This should be his really safe place that you can completely relax and not have to worry about anything.
Mm-hmm.